So welcome back, everyone. Mike and Hunter here today. Kind of an overcast and dreary kind of day. We're on our way to Burger King, of course, to get Hunter his chicken sandwich. Loves his Burger King chicken sandwiches. And then when I get back to the house, I'm not sure what I'm going to get into. Like I said in yesterday's video, I need to get some mowing done, but it's just been too wet. It won't quit raining. Oh, by the way, Melissa and I went to a wedding yesterday. A friend of mine, a coworker, he got married. And it was a real nice wedding, and they had a nice reception. And it was like in a pavilion at a state park, but it was all enclosed, had big fireplaces at each end. It was really nice. And, you know, I have a suit. I have one suit. And I told Melissa, I'm like, do I have anything that I can wear besides the suit that would be appropriate for a wedding? And she's like, I'll get you something. I'm like, all right. So yesterday, I'm out splitting wood. She goes and buys some clothes. Next thing I know, I'm on my way to a wedding. I got a shirt and a tie and like a pink sweater or something. I don't know. I wore it. I did. I took a lot of ribbon from my co-workers, but all I asked a question. I said, what were you doing 5 hours ago? And they're like, oh, I was golfing and I was doing this. And I'm like, I was cutting firewood and like shooting guns and stuff, man stuff. So I told them it doesn't matter what I wear. But anyway, we're gonna get his chicken sandwich here. You ready for that? And then head back to the house. May split a little bit of wood this afternoon. Who knows? Just kind of get ready for the next dry day. I think it's probably what I'm going to do. We'll see in a bit.
Thank you for choosing Burger King. My name's Sarah. I can take your order whenever you're ready.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Sure, take your time.
Let's see what Hunter chooses today here. Uh-oh, where'd it go? There it is. Whoa. Are you sure? A spicy chicken today. Wow. Hey, can I have a number 10 with a medium Diet Coke?
Number 10 with a medium diet?
Yep.
Alright, would you like to try our spicy 10-piece nuggets for $1.58 today?
No thank you.
Alright, it's gonna be $7.78 at the second window, thank you.
Hunter, you got a spicy chicken? What's gone into you? It was never the spicy chicken before. He picked it twice. Huh. Just when I thought I had you figured out. Well, Hunter and I got back from Burger King a little while ago. He got home and thoroughly enjoyed his spicy chicken sandwich from Burger King. He really threw me a curve on that one. I never saw him order that before. It's always the same thing. And today he just decided to change things up a little bit. Maybe he was messing with me. Maybe he was messing with all of us. I have no idea, because I always say he always orders the same thing. I mean, it was chicken, but he did go with the spicy. But anyway, the sun has been trying to peek out a little bit, but it's still really wet out here. I'm going to split some firewood, cut a little bit of firewood. I need to do a bunch of mowing, but it's really, really wet. One thing that I really like about being able to cut and split wood down here in this yard here is, even if it's kind of wet and sloppy out, you can always do something. You know, at the end of each day, I just feel so much better when I get to go outside and do something, anything, some type of work. And I can almost always split wood unless it's pouring down rain or something like that. And even then, I've split wood in the rain, no big deal. But it's just something that I can always do. That's one of the reasons I enjoy doing it. You just feel better. I don't know what it is. You know, when I'm at work during the day, I go to the office maybe 1 day a week. The rest of the week, I'm kind of in my truck most of the day, really. Drive somewhere for 2 hours, have a meeting, drive somewhere else. And it just feels so good to get home, get outside, and do something. And just that feeling of accomplishment, I guess it is. I look at firewood the kind of way I used to look at matchboxes when I was a kid. I just like to have a whole bunch, you know? So you know how when you're like splitting wood and you kind of get in the groove there, you're kind of daydreaming and things like that. I was just thinking, I wonder what Hunter's going to do next weekend. If he's going to go back to the original chicken sandwich or back to that spicy. I'm starting to think he might have just been messing with me because I always say that he gets the same thing. I'm not sure. Believe it or not, he does that. He's a bit of a trickster in his own way, so we'll see. Well, the sun's trying to come out and the wood pile's getting a little bit bigger. All good stuff. I think I'll take this opportunity right now to kind of answer some reoccurring questions that we get in the comment sections. I call them you shoulds. A lot of people start their comment with you should or you need. So we'll go over a couple things here. Number one, a lot of people always ask, why do I split right onto the ground? Why don't I split, you know, over by where I'm stacking the wood, things like that? Well, I mentioned the other day, this pile of wood right here, I will have people come, and this will be their next year's wood, not this fall, the following year. So we have customers, they'll come right here, pick this up, so I won't have to touch it again. If it's not all gone, that's fine. I'll move it over and I'll stack it somewhere. It's not a big deal. I'm actually planning on getting sometime like a firewood bucket for the RK55, kind of like a rock bucket, something like that, you know, with slots in it where you can come in and scoop this up. Big high capacity bucket, like 90 inches, something like that, 90 inches wide. So that's why I don't mind splitting right onto the ground. The other thing, I don't put that big splitter right next to where I'm stacking wood. It just makes such a mess, as you can see. And I try to keep that mess contained to one area. I've had people say, you know, you need or you should put a tarp down so I don't get sawdust on my driveway. That's not a driveway. This is the Renewable Energy Processing Center. We've talked about that before. And you got to break a few eggs if you're going to make an omelet. So that's what we're doing here. All my mess is contained to, you know, a 50 by 50 area, which I can clean up sometime. Also, a lot of people say I should split right into that dump trailer right there and then take it over to where I stack. That works for sure, but see, sometimes I feel like splitting wood, sometimes I feel like stacking wood. And if I was doing that, I'd be doing both at the same time, and I would fill that up in probably 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops with this log splitter right here. So all I'd be doing is kind of running around. So that's why I don't do that all the time, or really that often. Also, a lot of people say I need a conveyor. Conveyor would be really nice. You know, if I sold firewood full-time for a living or something like that, I would absolutely have a conveyor and probably have a huge bin with a concrete floor or something like that in it that you would just split into. Something like that. But like I always said, this is just like a side gig. Basically, it's like my gun budget and extra money, things like that. But we sell a lot of wood, and we're going to have a pretty big pile here by the end of summer for the next year, year and a half. We'll have a lot of firewood here for sure. But yeah, you know, it's just a side kind of thing that I do, and I'm not into it full-time. I have a full-time job, plus a million other things that I do around here and stay busy all the time. Also, I've had people tell me that I should just toss the firewood in those IBC totes and don't waste the time in stacking it in there because it would be faster. They're correct, it would be faster, but when you stack it in there, you get over 1/3 of a quart of firewood in each one. If you're just to toss it in, you'd be lucky to get half that amount in there. So I like to keep doing it the way I'm doing, get a lot more in there, and that works pretty well. Buck and Billy, Buck and Billy right here. Listen to this. This will be good. You're not going to get the harmonica from me.
Is Outdoor with the Morgans watching? I got to tell you something right now, straight from my heart. You guys are awesome over there. Is it Pennsylvania? You Friends, we got a lot of subscribers from that channel. From the Outdoors. Oh, there's Outdoor with the Morgans right there. Hey, there they are. Right on, guys. Thanks so much. What a you guys want to see something? Mike, I sent you an email about 10 minutes ago, just before the live feed. I don't know if you get emails coming off your YouTube channel, but I sent it through your YouTube channel, an email. I had to say I wasn't a robot first, and then they let me in. So I've left you an email. That was crazy to see my subs go like that, friends. Friends, we're almost at freaking 50,000. And the Morgans helped with that big time.
I'm watching Buck and Billy Ray's live stream right now.
I'm not going
if you're in a
back
bad
to
mood, you
Wolfe.
got to
I'm
watch
gonna
this
go
guy
back to
because you
Wolfe so
cannot
bad.
be in a
It's
bad
sunny
mood
out.
and watch Buck and Billy
I'm
Ray.
just gonna settle it down.
But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. You're going to see this video published on Monday at 2 o'clock. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.